Alright, this is a next attempt at, it is the Honda CRX for sale with the alarm. There's a nice new interior, CRX embroidered, nice door panels, really looking nice. New spray job, it was washed the other day but been a little bit dirty. Nice black mag, 17 inch, 205 by 40 by 17. This little boot, battery's been moved to the back, make more space for turbo installation. This all works nice and beautifully and softly, just like that. Open up the hood. There you have it. Turbo down there, turbo manifold, heat trapped, free flow filter, induction, breather, standard engine. Currently produces 138 kilowatts on the wheels. To be convert is close to 180 on the flywheel. Whoopsie, this is a bit loud, sorry about that. So 180 kilowatts on the flywheel, it's about 176 actually, and a car that weighs 950 kilos with massive power to weight ratio. And having said that, car flies. Okay, starts right up, no problems. These little gauges, obviously you can move the gauges, put sound back in here. Oil pressure, boost. Okay, I'll just let it get a little bit warmer. Electric windows. Yeah. Sunroof. Rear seats also very nicely done. Okay, things that the car does need. Unfortunately, that was broken recently by someone that worked on the vehicle. Unfortunately, they're all very weak and many of them are broken on other cars. Possibly the best solution is to have a little a nice little piece made up, a stronger piece, because the originals keep breaking. Fuel gauge just needs a fuel sender unit. The sender on the petrol tank currently is faulty, so that unfortunately is not working, but that is a minor expense. Other than that, she runs beautifully, like a dream. Flies actually, will beat most things on the road. My last video unfortunately didn't focus on the rev counter much, so I'm going to try and do that this time. Although when you're flying down the road at high speeds, you get a little bit caught up in things. I'm going to just try and focus more on that. Car has lowered suspension, so very good handling, very squat on the road. New brake pads and discs all around, recently been serviced. New plug leads, oil, all those goodies, filters. Obviously sorted the alarm. This guy go. What else can be said for this puppy? Most CRXs that you find around there, you can find them. Obviously, quite collectible items. I had a look at a lot of them. I looked at about 10 different vehicles. I currently have 3 of them. So I looked at about 10, probably about 10, 11, maybe 12 cars that were for sale. They need work of some kind. Most of them need a respray, and most of them have got very high mileage on. This one obviously recent respray. It's done mileage, but the mileage motor is perfect motor for turbo installation. It's nicely worn in. We're about at full operating temperature. As long as not too much traffic, we should be ready for a little demo. It's peak hour traffic. Traffic has gotten a little busy. Hopefully there's a gap for us. Try and leave a gap. I'll leave a gap and try and focus on the rev counter. Loads of wheel spin all over the show. Be a little bit gentler. So I'll see if I can just stop here quickly and just give you another go. I won't be so heavy on the throttle. Hoping you got some rev counter there. We started building up some nice speed. When I say nice speed, not rocket speed, but for quick pull-off speed, acceleration. Having said that, still have to nurse the throttle, otherwise you just wheel spin all over the show. Howza. Go back down this road for you guys. Now we are in Johannesburg, South Africa. Area is Midrand. If any international watches. Car's actually faster with a passenger because you get more weight on the wheels, more traction. Very involved when this thing starts boosting. The thing just takes off like a rocket, and it's difficult to focus on anything other than what you're doing. So a little bit stressful to video, but a hell of a lot of fun if you're actually watching where you're going. Again, this thing will beat most cars on the road. So for thrills, a pocket full of fun, you've got to go a long way to beat this thing. Car had a limited slip diff in it when I got it. I had that removed just for more comfortable everyday driving. Obviously, if you want this primarily as a car to race, then the limited slip diff should go back in. Also had a short shifter, gear lever and gear linkage, which made your gears very short. Again, just put the original one back in for comfort. The car had a button clutch in, which I also removed. Just a little bit chaotic for daily driving. But the combination we have now is a slightly oversized, call it standard clutch plate, but with the button clutch performance pressure plate. So what you get is a very strong clutch, but beautiful and smooth, just like a standard everyday driving clutch. So in my opinion, far nicer clutch far better than the button clutch. Again, the button clutch is aimed purely at if you want to race. Again, though, I don't think the current setup is just so good. I don't see any need in putting the button clutch back in. What else there is I can say about these little pocket rockets. Awesome little cars, go-kart like handling, very fun to drive. Actually, I've not driven a car that's more fun, and I've had cars I've driven. I had a 308 Ferrari, Magnum's Ferrari, which was a lot of fun. I had a brand new M3 Cabriolet, which is a fantastic car. But just for all-round fun, childlike fun, Honda CRX, I think is it. Anyway, this video may be getting a little bit long-winded. There's not going to be anything new from here on out, so you can surely stop the video. Since I'm still driving, I'm just going to keep on videoing and keep speaking nonsense. So have a little look around the cabin. Again, just keeping your eyes on the rev counter. There's so much when this thing starts accelerating, you get pushed back into your seat, that my eyes may be lifting over, camera may be lifting over the rev counter. So if that is happening, I'm sorry about that. Trying. is running Dictator management. It is, as far as I know, a locally produced product, which we are quite renowned for actually in South Africa. We have a few products that are widely used internationally on performance cars, and as a nation we do certainly have our fair share of crazy car fanatics. Locally chipped Lamborghini Gallardo, which annihilated the Bugatti Veyron, twin turbo Lamborghini Gallardo. You may be hearing or noticing that it's quite a firm ride. You may hear one or two bumps. Inclined to just address one or two rattles. I really hate rattles, and these cars actually, because of their long, the big backboard and the big panels, the long hatch, they tend to have a couple of rattles if you didn't look after them. When I say didn't look after them, is if you pulled panels in and out and installing sound and all sorts, and you don't put things back properly. That being the case, this car has one or two rattles which are aggravated by the firm suspension. But if you take a morning out of your weekend and just put a few rubbers in strategic positions, you'll eliminate those issues. As you can see, that's a car you certainly can drive every day. A car with normal suspension would certainly be more comfortable for everyday driving, but if you're young at heart or enjoy a sporty ride or want to be nipping around town like a lunatic, then you certainly won't mind it. Load suspension certainly looks the part on this car and gets a lot of attention, and the only reason really that it's for sale, I must be honest, every time I drive this car I'm very tempted to keep it, but the reality is she doesn't get used much. Work is busy, weekends are generally family time, so for the most part she's just standing around, and I think she could do better. She could be enjoyed somewhere with someone who has a little bit more time on their hands, or someone who may want to just drive her more regularly. I hope the light's not affecting the video too much. It is late afternoon and somewhat overcast. I'm actually just dropping her off now at another property. I'll let her sleep from time to time, so I'm a little bit limited with parking where I stay. And you'll see her little baby brother, number 2 in the collection. Which is just a standard CRX that I bought, that also needs work like all others. Needs a respray. But yeah, these cars are, the standard cars, even a ball to drive, but just nowhere near the amount of power and aggression that this one has. Other beautiful with this thing as a performance toy is that should you go over the top and blow your motor, you can replace it with another little import motor. There she is, there's number 2.